me, Dr. Patty, and I'm here because I did a thing, right? I did a thing. And a lot of you know about it because you got information about it. I wrote another book, but not just any kind of book, not my child evangelism book, not a textbook, and not a workshop book for you to get CEUs, but a different type of book. And so the Lord has always blessed me. You know, I always tell you, wherever I walk in, God has somebody right there that I don't have to be nervous and that I'm comfortable with. And so when it came time for marketing, guess what? And so I'm just going to turn it over to my baby, my girl that's been with this journey. And so, Rissa, I did a thing.
Yes, you did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon. But well, for those of us in the East Coast, I'm not sure what time it is on the West Coast, but I am just excited to be here. I'm ecstatic. I am just I wanted to I asked Dr. Patty, and we call her Mama P, but we'll be a little technical today. I asked Dr. Patty if we could actually come on live because I wanted to definitely hop on here. This is her soft launch week where we're launching her book. We're doing a soft launch. And what that means is we have the ebook already ready to be, you can actually go and grab it today. And what we're doing is campaigning, and we want to get at least up to 50 people to go and purchase that ebook. It is only 99 cents. If you purchase the ebook, we have an email. Just please go and purchase it, even if you don't have a Kindle. So what that looks like, I need you to take a picture of the purchase, send me the receipt, and I'll email you a PDF copy so that you can just actually look at it from your phone, or if you have another tablet, or if you want to look at it, it'll be emailed and you can just actually look at it that way. But we just need you to make that purchase because what we're trying to do is support her as becoming a best-selling author, and we need at least 50 people to join us this weekend. You have up until Sunday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So we really want you all to go. The link for the actual Amazon account for the actual to get to it, I believe Dr. Patty is going to put it up so that you can actually click on it. You can also research it. If you have a problem, you can always reach out to me and I can send you the link as well. Once you get the book, we do need you to leave, even if it's just a small review, even if you haven't even read the book, leave a review based on the character of Dr. Patty and what you know her to be. What you see is what you get. And so we all know she don't cut no corners and she don't play, right? So if you'll write a review, we need to get her reviews up as well because that helps in that best-selling author category. We are in the process. We switched over to a different platform for the actual paperback. It will be available for pre-order tomorrow. So if you're wanting the paperback, you can pre-order it. It takes a process with the company that we go through, the distribution company. It's going to take them about a week to review it, but you can still order it. And that also helps with her actually being able to be nominated as a best-selling author. So we'll have that for you tomorrow on her page. So I need you to be looking out for that. We're going to send out a mass text. I have some of we do have your forms that you all filled out. Some of you only had email addresses. So we're going to send out a mass email sometime this evening. And for tomorrow, for the paperback portion, to pre-order that. Once you pre-order it, you'll still pay for it tomorrow. But once everything's been cleared with the distribution, this distribution platform, then they will actually do all of the rest of the process and you'll receive the book. So we definitely want you to do that. But what I wanted to come on, I needed to just get those housekeeping rules out of the way. I wanted to come on because in supporting Dr. Patty, we are a self-publishing book coach, and I just kind of come along with self-publishing authors to help them to share their stories. And this one is a teaching memoir. You're going to learn something for this in the journey that she's taken. I am not going to give it away, but she had something that changed her life forever. You've got to get the book, right? So in my actual doing the editing and the proofreading, I found myself crying. I felt myself laughing. Dr. Patty is just like, she's bananas. Like she will have you just turned over. And so there were some things even in the proofreading and editing I didn't want to take out, but I was like, okay, listen. So I'm going to have the all polished version, but for those of you that want the raw and the real, I have that as well, where it has not been, of course we'll go in and make some changes, but I want you to also have that because it speaks to a lot. But where she's going, I had to kind of do some editing because she's going to major platforms and people are going to be calling on her. So I've got to present her to the world, that polished part of it. But I do feel like you need to see the unpolished part of it. For those that know her, we love her, we trust her, and we support her. It's got some stuff in it that's really juicy and good. Like I was going through something, and I'm currently in a process of going through something. And this book was instrumental in helping me to process my journey. And I just was able today, because of working this book, I was able to process that I'm grieving. Like I am really grieving. It's not a death, but I'm grieving something that has been so dear to me that I wasn't prepared for. Yes. And with this, it's been life-changing for me. And so one of the things she talks about is stress and free radicals. And that thing has messed me up. So I've been walking around the house, and I'm just going to get this little tidbit. She says stress causes free radicals that attaches itself to your tissues and causes cancer. And I started thinking about, so then every time something happens, I'm like, yep, no, I don't have time to stress. I don't have time to stress. I don't want that for my life, and how to process that and what that looks like. And then just having those conversations, those deep conversations with Dr. Patty, even off script, the encouragement that she's been giving me as a young woman trying to figure out life. Like I just want to do life, and I want to do it in excellence. And sometimes being raised a certain way, you don't know what that looks like. And because you want to try to cover it up, because you don't want people to know, you don't want them to know this side of you. But Dr. Patty just like took it all off. Like she just exposed herself. You got to get the book. That's all I'm saying. You have to get the book. You have to purchase the ebook. Purchase the ebook. You don't have Kindle, that's fine. I'll just send me the receipt that you purchased it, and I'm going to email it to you. I will even personally call you to make sure that you receive the email. You got to get this book. Listen, y'all, you got to do it. But there was a couple of questions that I had wanted to ask Dr. Patty, because sometimes I feel like with authors, you don't know the back end of the story. Like you see it written out, you can just only assume. But I wanted to bring your attention to her journey as far as when she even began the process with writing this book. So my first question was, when you first started this journey, did you know that there was going to be a book being birthed from this?
No, I did not. I knew something in it. When I started this journey, I just knew it was the answer to a yes. The Lord said, "Can I trust you?" And I said, yes. And then life happened, and this thing happened. Mm-hmm. And I was just focused on staying positioned for God to get the glory out of it, right? But then when I hit that, not to give away, but that part where the main part was done and then the other part started, mm-hmm. I knew that there was something else that had to be done, and I had to write it. And so what I did is, I think Baby Girl is on here. I sat down in the mountains and I told Alex, I'm going to write a book. I just feel like I have to write a book. And then that's when it started. Yeah.
Wow. So how long after that season had passed did you say, okay, it's time now? Like, how did you know it was let me go sit down, to go to the mountains. Now is the time to kind of pull away and go. Like, was there some type of feeling on the inside? Because sometimes you can feel, did you ever experience insecure in writing this? Like, did you ever feel any type of insecurity?
I was insecure. I was scared.
Really?
I was that scared to write this. And I literally had to go into spiritual warfare about this because it was so strong. So like my other book, like the child evangelism books, it's like, okay, the Lord said it, he birthed it, I got up, wrote it, went on about my business, those other things. But every time I would get ready to do this, I understood that it was going to go out and it was going to be the me that I like to keep like to myself, but I was compelled. The scripture said, Jesus said he was moved to do certain things. And I knew I was moved to do this, but how it was going to turn out, I was terrified. I had been with other publishers before and they weren't too reputable. And I didn't want this mishandled, right? And so in the middle of the pandemic, I'm sitting over there in my prayer closet and the Lord said, now. And I was like, oh, I'm not ready. I can't do this because I thought I was past it. And the first chapter I wrote had me in so many tears that I knew that now this was going to be more. And so when coaching started, you said, who are you writing to? Get them in your mind. That threw it for a whole nother level and took it to a whole nother thing. And then I was driven. It's like, you have to get this out because you see her and you see them and you have to get to them. You have to talk to them. It's like, it got to be sometimes I couldn't sleep because I had to make sure that they understood what this was that was happening in their life. And I had to make sure that they understood. Oh, I'm getting emotional. They understood how to support the people in their life that this was happening to, right? And so then that became the drive. And then it was like, nope, you can't false start this one. It's time. You have to do it. You have to get it done now. And so that's when I reached out and said, okay, I need this coach to walk through me with this because it was bigger than I thought it would be after all this time.
Yeah. So you brought up a very important point about the support. I didn't realize how important support was and what I thought support looked like. Mm-hmm. With this awesome piece of work, I'm now at a place to honor those that are going through something. It may be, especially now with COVID.
Yes.
Especially now with people losing family members, especially now with people, having different type of diagnoses that's coming up. I now understand it is more important now as a support system to ask them what it is.
Yes.
And how can I support? Because what I thought was support was just coming in and taking over. Like, oh, you need me to do this. Well, maybe they don't want you to do that. Maybe that's not what they need right now. Maybe they just need you just to come sometimes to just sit there in the corner and just kind of stay out the window with them, and that'd be okay. So with that, because I really want to just kind of hone in on that support thing because of the season that we're in right now. Everybody's stressed. So with what's going on right now, what would you say how do you start the conversation with being the support person? Like, how would I start that conversation? For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. I desire to support someone that is getting ready to make some major changes in their life. But because of my emotions, and every time they start to talk about it and they are so excited and I don't have the bandwidth to support, but I don't know how to start that conversation because you don't want to hurt and you don't want to break their spirit. But they need you. but you don't have that bandwidth. How do I start that conversation?
Well, I believe honesty is always the best way to start it. And, kind of having an inkling of what it is and having
Yes, ma'am.
walked that a little bit, you know, basically just be honest. I know that you have to write your own story,
Okay.
but this part of your story is something I never would have imagined. I'm going to do the best I can. I just ask you for a little bit of grace if I overstep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I'm like fighting with this thing. I'm like, I don't know how to be a support. And then it's talking and I keep breaking down and I'm crying and I don't want to make them feel bad. I was like, I'm
No,
being transparent here. I just
you got to be excited, right? You got to be excited. Like, I'll just share this little bit. I remember going to the MEPS. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. Watching my daughter get sworn in the middle of a war. I knew she was going to eventually end up in Afghanistan or Iraq. We were in the middle of a war. And I didn't want my daughter to do it, but that's what she chose because she loved her country and she wanted to do it. And so I found a smile. I found that I love you,
mm,
the biggest hug that I could do, where I smelled her hair.
mm.
Sure, I felt the crook of her neck. And I whispered, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Then I went to the Lord, watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. And I watched her go through that door. Woo! And then I went home and cried and told Jesus all about it. Because that's her story. And I had to launch her into her journey, right? Because I had the right to live and write my story. So I have to give her the freedom to write hers.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. It's real. It's like, yeah, you definitely want to be that support and whatever that looks like. You don't want to be too overbearing. You want to make sure that you stay in place, make sure that you're positioned in case they make that phone call like, hey, this is something I'm going through. I never want to have that. Well, I want
Yeah.
to make sure that it's strong enough to say, you know what? Okay, so what's the next step? Mean it, like mean it.
So
And I'd be like,
you eliminate, I told you so. That doesn't become a part of your vocabulary anymore. And
yeah,
it's the best thing to do is, how can I help you?
okay,
Right? You don't run in with, here's some money, or you don't run in with, I'm coming to grab you. And it's like, how can I help you? And if they
gotcha.
say nothing, just be there, then zip it up and just be there. If they say, I want to come home, then you make it happen. But they
Right.
need to be able to verbally tell you what it is they need. And sometimes I just need to hear your voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so listen, ladies and gentlemen, you guys got to get this. But I can't stress it enough. I wouldn't even knew that I didn't know how to support without this book. I thought I knew what support was and what it looked like. You don't know. You don't know because Dr. Patty does such a awesome job of being the person that is going through that trial, that assignment, that season, and being able to tell you, especially because she is a psychologist, from that side of the house,
Yes.
what support. So this is really good because she takes a lot of the psychology of the this whole thing of what she's went through, and it not just only helps those that are going through it, but it helps those that are on the outside on how to process it mentally, the mindset that you have to have for both parties involved. Like, I just had to get on here today. I had to get on here today and like, okay, Dr. Patty, listen, we got to do this little live. It ain't got to be long, but you've got to let me tell this. Like, I enjoyed myself doing this book. I know it by heart. I done been back, forward, in, out. I mean, I have this, listen, y'all got to get this book. That's all I can tell you. You really need to get this book, but I need you all to go and purchase it today, tomorrow. Please go on to the link that we have there and just purchase it for 99 cents. I don't care if you don't have the Kindle or whatever. Like I said, I'll send it to you. We just want to make sure that we put her on that best-selling author, but more than that, it's more than that. It's more than that. I've seen a couple of reviews that have come in. And when I did send out the mass text message, I didn't realize people was gonna go and buy it that late at night. I got a text message from Dr. Patty at 3:00 in the morning, like, people are up reading the book. I mean, you got to share just a little bit of what they said from,
okay.
Like,
pull that one up here real fast.
Yeah,
I was like, wait, what?
So what time did you get that text message?
I don't even know, because I called you up real fast. So, girl, look, please. Okay, I'm gonna find it. It's right here, and yeah. So, y'all bear with me, because y'all know I'm not that fast when it comes to technology yet. But
that's okay. I just want the people to know, like, this is real. Like, we're not playing out here in these publishing streets. We about to take over.
This one says, so many people have inspired me in my life. I have the privilege to read about one woman who nurtured me, saw something in me before I could see it in myself, and still to this day, over 10 years later, still inspires me to strive through her example and guidance. She has been an author for a long time, but she just published a book that speaks to my soul. A few pages in, and I can't put it down. And that was at 3:10 this morning.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is real. This is real. This is look, I am believing, I'm even praying that this actually goes to the big screen. Like, this has got to be yeah, we got to get this on a big screen. This is a movie. This is a movie. Like, this is a movie. I saw it as a movie.
Especially that other chapter, when I describe it, yeah, all the children were in it. So yeah.
Yeah. I definitely want to see the one. I'm gonna get us a little bit. The one with Jane and the tattoo. Yes. You have to get that on the screen. We got to get that on the screen. Now that right there, the whole end result of a thing.
Right.
End of the matter. Y'all got to get this book. Yep. Y'all got to get this book. Y'all got to get this book. Listen, y'all better not come for Dr. Patty. But it was some awesome stuff. I love to see that everyone that encountered you were a part of their destiny. And many of those that were unbelievers,
yes,
they found the Lord. They didn't find the four walls, as we deem as the church, but they found the church.
Yes,
right. They found Jesus. They found the love of God. They got a chance to build a relationship with the Father. And so you all, man, it's some good stuff. It's some good stuff. So I just want to admonish you. Just read it. What we're doing now, we are the support team, Dominion Global Enterprises. We're supporting Dr. Patty in this. So if you have any questions, I ask that you just reach out to us. We're relieving her of all of the stress. We don't want her to have to take care of anything. So if you have anything regarding, the book information, booking, you would like to book her, whatever that looks like, we're doing the handling, all of the administration for her. You can reach out to us at support@dgmarketing.online, or you can text us at 704-426-3423. Once again, that text message is 704 426-3423. If you're watching the replay, stop the replay, go back, rewind, and write down that information. That's support@dgmarketing.online. And like I said, we're handling all of the affairs concerning the No More Forever Again. The whole campaign, we're handling all of that for her. So any questions that you have, she really doesn't know. I've taken all of the responsibility. All I want her to do is just be great and work in her garden. That's all I want her to do. Okay. Now, if you got some stuff going on in your mind and you need some assistance, I can't help you. You're going to have to reach out to Dr. Patty for all that mental stuff, because there's a lot of that going around in the season. But for anything other than that concerning this awesome new book that has come out, then please reach out to us, and let's not put that burden on her. We don't want her to have to carry that. We want her to be prepared for the platforms that she's getting ready to go on to. We will be getting back with you for some of the TV shows that she's going to go on, some of the podcasting that she'll be doing. So we'll have all of that information. We'll make sure we put all that marketing stuff out for you. We do have your email address. We do have a jot form. If you reach out to me, I can get you that form so that you can actually get on her mailing list. We will also be her website. She has an author website that is about to go live, and you'll actually be able to contact her through there as well, and contact us. So we'll have a lot of more information, just kind of the whole journey with the book, the back end of things, so you kind of see what it looked like on the back end. The website is going to be really awesome. It's going to launch this week. And when we launch it, I'll see if we can't maybe do something, if I can send maybe a video over and have her post it to her page. We can do something so that you all will know that the website has launched and what that looks like. So, and then you'll actually be able to purchase any of her other products that she has. I do believe we will, she doesn't know it yet, but we're going to be working on some products, some more products for this book, and because we need it. So she'll have some more products in her store for you all to be able to purchase. So I just want to kind of let you guys be aware of that. But if you forgot anything that I've said, the only permission that you have is to reach her by messenger and say, hey, can you give me that young lady's information from the book publishing, the self-publishing book coach? Can I get her information? Oh, don't ask nothing else. Just ask for my information. She'll send you my information.
Now, so I'm going to tell them this before we go. So those that have been in class with me, this is my first night. Well, not the welcome to Lot Land part. But one of the things that I always say is that Christian is who I am. It's not what I do like other people do lunch, right? Mm-hmm. Faith is me. It's not something that I just pull out and use when it's necessary. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm out and about in my everyday life, this is who I am. So I don't want any of you to say, oh, Lord, there go Patty again, and she's just trying to punch a whole bunch of Bible verses. No, I'm just being me. But if I had to say one thing, I would say that when I pictured who this would be for, I didn't really see in the house, right? All those people who are out there and they don't have that inheritance among those who are sanctified.
Wow.
Those that are not trying to get into Eastern religions, those who are not trying to get caught up in other things, they just heard those words and now they don't know what to do. And so I don't want you all to think, oh, she wrote a religious book, because I did. But I really believe when the Lord showed me who I was writing to, which was crazy because the question was, when you think about this book, who do you see? I came up with more than one person. I'm like, I see this one, and then I see these over here. So, but God knew where I had to go. And so it is my prayers that it meets you right where you are.
It will. It will. And that is a promise. It will. It will. This is, like you say, it's not Christian. This is relational.
Yes.
This is not. Listen, this is not no churchy stuff. Listen. So if you didn't, well, let me just put this little disclaimer in there. For those of y'all churchy folk,
Oh, you're gonna have a problem.
you're gonna have an issue. You're gonna have because she's coming for that thing, that religious thing we do. She
Hmm.
breaks all of that down. She comes for it and she just knocks, I mean, she comes to knock the wind out of that. It has you searching your heart. For those of us like myself that grew up in the church and I thought I had it all figured out of what it looks like to go through something with God, you have no idea. This is not, look, if you churchy, you the main one that better go purchase this book.
Okay.
Because I promise you, you're about to go through something and you're going to need this book to help you go through it. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mother, for letting me come on here and share the good news.
Yeah. So y'all, I did a thing, and thanks for sharing with me. And until we come together again, just remember, God has the most amazing plan for you. And 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't look like what you think it does. Okay.
Yes.